The NBA season is officially over. We got the world champion. I've
World
seen a lot
champion.
of yeah,
Yeah.
world champion Boston Celtics, um, coming out on top against Dallas 4-1. Now, Jack, you're the Mavs fan. I'm gonna let you take it away.
Yeah.
How do you feel?
But obviously, I feel disappointed being a Mavericks fan, knowing that they came so close. But to me, Boston in the series should have won, based off of how those first two games went. Boston just looked too dominant for offensively and defensively on the ball. On both sides of the ball, they looked too good to stop. And Dallas didn't have an answer for it until
Yeah.
that game 4 happened. They never really had any answers for it.
Yeah, the first two games, what I liked about Boston, the way they were playing, that ball movement was so crisp.
Yeah,
Like they were doing really well, and the reason, like, it looked so weird for Tatum to struggle those first couple games, even though they won, because like
yeah,
he was really, he was honestly killing the flow of that offense when they were like, the ball movement was so good, but then after like they had a whole bunch of momentum, they would let him ISO and stuff like that. He was struggling with the ISO for the most part those first couple of games.
yeah.
He really kicked it up in games 3 and 5, but yeah, Boston, they they were just they were rolling, especially when KP came back those first couple games.
Yeah, and
Uh,
it
yeah,
just looked like at least for me, Boston having like I the experience in playoffs in previous years really showed
yeah,
compared to
they've been coming close every year since Tatum got to the league.
yeah, and it just looked like with Dallas you could obviously see the inexperience with them being so young,
Yeah, and remember they weren't supposed to be there.
and they really weren't.
That that front office did a fantastic job of building that team at the deadline,
Yeah,
getting PJ uh and
Kyrie
why
last year.
no why am I hitting a blank? Uh, starts with the G. Why am I drawing a
Daniel
blank?
Gafford.
Yeah, Gafford. Okay, I'm sitting here like why am I've never drawn a blank on him like that.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But yeah, it's just to me with knowing to have Derek Jones, Derek Lively, Luca, it just showed that it Boston the showed the holes of Dallas.
They did, and it was really impressive.
Yeah, Dallas made it or Boston made it very impressive to exploit the holes that Dallas had.
Yeah, and as a team, everybody was on fire. Like the first few games, the only person that wasn't like truly on fire was Tatum, and he was impacting the game in other ways. But Drew
Yeah,
Holiday, bro, I gotta give it up for Drew.
yeah.
That man,
He he was
he
locking
might be
up.
he honestly might be a Hall of Famer.
Yeah,
The way he just impacts the game
and
with
he
his
wasn't even a
defense
starting lineup.
and offense.
And he's not a starter.
Right. Well, now he is,
Yeah, obviously now
but
he is, but
yeah, but yeah, before he wasn't, but yeah, like when he got to when Milwaukee really went on that run,
yeah,
he
it
did pretty impressive, and I'm really happy to see him like striving because he's such a great guy,
yeah. And
and
on top of that, he was always
the way he knows how to play his
yeah.
role.
It just really looked like Drew Holiday knew what he was doing.
He always does.
Yeah,
Like it's it's so smooth. Like the
yeah,
way his game is, it's so nice, and it's like he's not one of those like he's a very quiet guy. He's not
yeah.
one of those like
big name
Marcus Smart
guys. Yeah,
type guys.
yeah,
Like he just gets his business done, doesn't talk about it. He just does it.
yeah,
So
and it's just look to me on that Boston backcourt looked great, all around great with
man,
Jaylen Brown, obviously your Finals MVP, Drew Holiday, Derek White, not only in the finals, but throughout the entire playoffs.
yeah, yeah, man. Drew Holiday and Derek White. That's such a great duo,
I know.
and I can't believe they ended up putting them together with Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. Like that's such a great. And then they got
Yeah,
Porzingis. It's like, bro,
that's a five.
how did y'all do this? Like, how did y'all build this? And that's why I wanted Boston to win. At first, I mean, well, like I can't say I wanted to, but like if I had to choose a side, it was going to be Boston mainly, like because I love genius front offices. I
Yeah,
love front offices that
that
know what they're doing. They built that team to the point where like you have to have them win. And then
yeah,
people calling them a super team, and I'm like, it's just them doing their job, and then the players actually capitalizing on their opportunities.
yeah,
You can't get mad at it.
yeah. You can't get mad at front offices being smart, and it just that Boston front office really paid off. Even like right when Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum got into the league, they started moving, trying to make those moves to get where they are now.
Mm-hmm. And Jaylen Brown had a lot of great like clutch moments throughout the whole playoffs, not just in the finals, but he won Eastern Conference Finals MVP,
Yeah,
that, and then he won Finals MVP, highest paid player in the league.
yeah. I know when he got paid, everyone was looking at it like, why is this man getting paid?
I did not think it was a good idea at first.
Yeah, I know a lot of
I
people
mean,
didn't think it was.
yeah, but honestly, the way that they're saying like they can afford to pay Tatum now, the 300 like what 340 or something like
Yeah,
that. Like the fact that they could afford to pay two people $300 million while having Drew Holiday, while having Porzingis, while having Derek White, all those guys. Like I don't know how you do it,
yeah.
and it's like
The fact,
it's honestly not fair. Like I feel like it should be able to stick with the salary cap because these are the ways that you could build like a super team. It's not
yeah,
fair,
like that,
but
like a
like
dynasty, like how that 2016 Warriors team was.
yeah, I hate that team.
Yeah,
I hate that team. I mean, I'm glad they didn't win that year, but it also got them to bring KD. That was unfair.
yeah, that was
I
unfair.
hated that. That was a sad era of our time
Yeah,
because it was very dead.
yeah,
Even though it brought out the best of LeBron, but
yeah, you knew who was gonna
he
win.
can't do much.
Yeah, you knew who was gonna win.
Yeah, every time, every night. Well, they lost some nights.
Yeah, but
Not many.
yeah,
Not many. Excuse me for being so tired. That drive.
yeah, it's good. But but yeah, that knowing that with now Dallas, I guess per se, now that they lost those finals, I feel like it's a good stepping stone for not only Luca, but for the rest of these young guys. Derek Lively, P.J. Washington, in a weird way, Daniel Gafford still, and Derek Jones. It builds them to, it gives
Oh,
them this
and I want
massive,
to. Josh Green.
yeah,
Josh Green really stepped up. That man was shooting lights out for the Mavs.
yeah,
I really applaud him. He was like while they were getting blown out, he was casually shooting like 4 for 4 or 5 for 5 or something from three, and he was doing his part.
yeah.
He's
And
going to be a big piece next year.
yeah.
I hope he is because he deserves it.
So, but yeah, because I saw this weird stat that my buddy sent me that it was after the first, I think, 4 games, Dallas had outscored Boston by about like 8 points, even though they were down 3-1
Yeah,
due to that big blowout.
That see, and I want to take away so much credit from Boston because of that one blowout. It's like I understand they won the series 4-1. You can't sit there 3-0 and
And get blown out like that.
the Mavs didn't even come to go to their extra practice for shoot around. Nobody did. It looked like they gave up, and it's like, yeah, okay, losing is one thing. Getting blown out by 40?
Yeah.
You can't be like that. This team was considered one of the best built teams, like
In the league.
in a long
Well,
time.
in a long time.
Like other than the Warriors, of course,
Yeah.
but just in general, like they were built so nice. How do you get blown out by 40 and ruin the legacy like that? It could have just been a clean sweep, or
Yeah.
even if you lose by 10, that's still not as bad.
Yeah. But
40,
by
you
40
can't-
points, you can't
Yeah,
lose by 40.
I gotta take off some points for how credible this run was. Like
Yeah.
that was pathetic. Like it wasn't just a bad loss. That was like unacceptably terrible.
Yeah,
So
if you're Boston, you can't lose by 40 if you're up 3-0. Like, I could understand a loss by, like, on a bad loss, maybe by 20. But at 40 points, that shouldn't be happening.
yeah, like a win is a win. Don't do that. You can't. You just can't. Like it's not like lock in and at least
Make it
like
competitive.
I mean on the bright side they did end up winning at home, and I
Yeah.
always love when teams win the finals at home. I don't
Yeah.
like it when it's on the road. I like to see all the fans' faces when it
When
actually
that
matters.
that buzzer finally buzzes or that final out is made. Or,
It's nothing like it.
yeah, there's nothing like it. We all,
Yeah.
I know
Well,
sports.
in basketball,
Yeah.
I hated that the game was over so early for the last one too, because like you got blown out by 40 and then you're up 30 at halftime. Like, come on
Yeah.
now, like why?
You could have easily just clean swept Dallas.
Or at least made it competitive. Like,
Yeah.
like that year when the Bucks won and they like it wasn't even like they didn't clinch the title until like there was like 30 seconds left in the game, like and everybody could feel it and stuff like that. Like there was no energy at the end because everybody was just like, okay, we have an hour and a half until we win. What are we going to do for this hour and a half? Because it's getting boring. Even though
Yeah.
they were hooping, but like it was such a boring series.
Yeah. I'm like, it just, because it seemed like to me every game was like by 20, 30 points.
Yeah.
Except for, what, game 3 or something like that, which was by, what,
Yeah,
13, 14?
That was a competitive game.
Yeah.
And that's what I thought was about to take a turn, because if they won that game, it's a completely different series.
Yeah.
All you have to do is not, because especially if, like game 4, like it could have been a great day, but like even if they don't win by 40, that's still a good day for them to possibly win.
Yeah.
So like I mean, of course, because of the butterfly effect, who knows what would have happened if they won game 3, possibly lost game 4 or something. It would have been a better series.
Yeah.
Nobody would have been complaining. Nobody would have like ruled it out over so quick.
Yeah,
Which we all
because
did.
even if it was 2-2 going into game 5, it would have been a completely different story.
Yeah. That would have been such a great story.
Yeah. But
So
it's all in the past now, but I'm hoping Dallas can learn from this year and carry it into the next however long.
yeah, like and shout out to Boston. They did that right. It was kind of clear once Dallas made it to the finals. Like it was clear that Boston was going to win, but like it was pretty anticipated pretty much the whole season that it was at least Boston was going to be in the finals, and then
Yeah, out of the East.
yeah, Like, but they did what they had to do, and they capitalized
Yeah.
on their situation. So kudos to them. And even though Tatum didn't win the Finals
And,
MVP or Eastern Conference Finals MVP, I'm really happy for Tatum
yeah.
because he was so close every year. Like he went to Game 7 against LeBron in his rookie season,
Yeah.
and
And
he's been 19 for like 7 years. Like
yeah, it seems like it.
yeah, but I'm proud of him for finally getting his ring. Even though all the gestures he was doing, I like Tatum. Those were so cringe.
Yeah.
And like I really like people are going to hate no matter what, but when he did that "we did it" thing, I was like, bro, don't try to be cagey. Like, what are you
Yeah.
doing? And then
Like,
he said, he did the Kanye like, I guess we'll never know.
yeah.
And then,
Because I know
was
that.
like, oh my
Yeah.
god,
I mean,
dude.
when I saw that, like, it made me think of the Astros who did it in the last year's division when they won the division, and Corey Seager when he won the World Series.
Mm-hmm.
It made me think of that too.
Yeah, man, those are some good times too.
Yeah.
Those are some funny times, I should say.
Yeah.
Yeah. But overall, I'm happy with the way the season like went. However,
Yeah,
like the
always.
playoffs weren't as exciting, especially
Yeah,
like okay, that series with Orlando and Cleveland, that was a great series.
Yes.
Dallas and OKC, fantastic.
That was a great series.
Like the Knicks, any series the Knicks were in, that was so entertaining.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that.
Over at that Knicks series always going to be a great series.
Yeah. But we got a busy offseason coming up, so let's get to that real quick. So the free agents of this offseason, like some of the bigger names like Paul George and let's see.
I know Tyrese Maxey is too.
Maxi's a free agent, or is he restricted?
He might be restricted, but
Okay. Yeah.
he's a restricted.
They're not letting him go anywhere.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm interested to see where Clay goes.
Yeah, so am I, because I thought he wants that. He is going to test free agency.
Yeah. Did you see that he unfollowed the Warriors?
I did. I did see that.
I was like, dude, you always flex those 4 rings.
Yeah, and he wants a 3-year contract.
He wants 3.
He wants 3 years.
Yeah, I know he wants 3. I don't think
I don't think he's going to get it.
he gets 3. 2 I can understand. I can't see 3. But
Yeah, other big names in free agency, DeMar DeRozan,
yup.
James Harden.
James Harden. Okay. Oh, the Clippers, man, they had so much potential.
I know.
I hate how they did that because, well, they could have beat Dallas if Kawhi was healthy. They could have. I'm not saying they would have, but they could have.
And I'll see it. Pascal Siakam is unrestricted.
Yeah, and he's for sure going to be back in Indiana.
Indiana, yeah.
Yeah, they're doing nice. Quickly, Emmanuel Quickly is one. Let's see. I guess Paul George is really like the bigger name. OG Anunoby. Let's see.
Yeah. You got. I mean.
Yeah. So I guess that's like the sum, like process of it.
Yeah.
But I am very curious to see what LeBron does. So
yeah, so am I.
yeah, of course, like it seems like he's going to go back to the Lakers. I want him to go back to Cleveland for a numerous amount of reasons, but like it would be perfect for everything. Like situation's right, the team is right, the Lakers are winning. Like as much as I hate to say it, the Lakers are not are not like a championship team in the
You,
West no more. They're not a
you
championship
said
team in the West.
Cleveland?
No, the Lakers.
Oh, the Lakers. Yeah,
Yeah. If he goes back to Cleveland,
that
they might be. I'd say
making a
the number
run.
2 seed or three
Yeah,
seed. I'd say 2 seed.
yeah.
If Boston comes brings everybody back.
Yeah, if Boston can bring everybody back, I think they can make a push for the one. But I think Cleveland, if LeBron signs with Cleveland and Boston keeps everyone together, I think Cleveland can make a good run for the 1 seed.
Yeah, I'm gonna need that back because like Tatum's now in his prime, and like that rivalry between him and LeBron at first
Oh yeah,
in that series, like
yeah,
that was entertaining to watch. But now, like they're both like LeBron is still LeBron, but he's about to be 40,
yeah.
and then
And
Tatum's in his
right in
peak.
his prime.
Yeah, like that would be so entertaining.
Yeah,
But I'm really interested to see where Paul George goes.
so am I. What I would like to see the Clippers do is keep James Harden and Paul George, but realistically speaking, that's not going to happen.
Yeah, like I would want that to happen too because they were so
Those two,
close. It's just that it was unfortunate timing. But
yeah,
I wanted to see how the team would have ran with just Russ, PG, and Kawhi, and they didn't do the Harden move. I really
yeah,
wanted to see how that would work.
yeah.
But I mean, they got Harden, and it honestly wasn't that bad.
Yeah,
So
because I remember when that trade happened, everyone was all confused why the Clippers did it in the first place.
yeah, I was like, at least wait and see. But I guess they didn't want to wait and see if anybody else would make a move for Harden. But that team was, I think they had a lot of potential without him. But with him, they would still be pretty good, especially when he got hot.
Yeah,
But I'm interested to see what happens with that. I'd say they should run it back one more time, and if it doesn't work, then it doesn't work. But
yeah, I think,
I want Russell Westbrook to have an opportunity so bad. My favorite player all time.
yeah,
Uh, one of my goated point guards of all time. He's in my top 5. But like I need him to at least have an opportunity. Or
yeah,
if he's not at least contending, go to a team where he could still be the spot.
yeah,
Like he
or
could
at least
carry
have that
a
shot.
team.
Yeah,
Yeah. Like I would want to see this might sound crazy, but I want to see him with the Spurs.
ooh, that
I want
sounds
to see him
crazy.
I want to see him with Wemby so bad. Cuz especially like if they're able to keep the 4th or 8th pick or both, if they're able to get Russ with just doing that, they are going to be doing some things because they can use those picks and get like a couple shooters to pair next to
Yeah,
Wemby.
Yeah,
That would be so deadly. Like I swear. Like dude, imagine like I don't know if you really kept up with Reed Shepard. He's the best shooting prospect in like a decade.
is he really? Because I haven't really
Yes,
been paying too close of attention with
that man.
the
That man
draft
shoots
class this year.
52% from 3.
52.
52.
Oh, that's crazy.
Anything over like 38 is pretty good.
Yeah.
52. And he
if you're
shoots difficult threes. He doesn't just like he's not and he shoots a lot of them. He's not a slouch. He's like Klay Thompson.
oof,
Like prime Klay.
wow. Because I know if
I've never seen anything like that.
yeah, because you're sitting pretty good if you're considered like a sharpshooter if you're shooting 45% from 3.
That's unbelievable range. Like 45%, like that 50 40 90 club.
Yeah.
Like if you shoot 50 40 and even if you're even like in the 70s or 80s with the free throws, like that's still an elite club to be in.
Yeah.
So if he shoots 53 from the field and 52 from 3. Like dude is a buck.
To be 50-50, 90 per se, even 70-80, that would be insane.
Yeah, what does he shoot free throw? I think he shoots like 83%.
Okay, so yeah, 50
So
would be 50-50-80 if you can keep that up. He's going to be the real deal.
Yeah, but imagine pairing Russ with Reed Shepherd and then Wemby.
That would be
Man, is
the Spurs are would turn it around back to the prime Tim Duncan days.
And you don't even need any elite defenders. You just send them to the paint and let Wemby do the rest.
Yeah, and the thing is, Wemby was already the defender of the team.
If they had a better record, he would have won DPOY.
Yeah.
It
was Gobert this year, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. And Gobert got too. Honestly, Gobert gets a lot of hate. He rightfully gets hate, but I think he gets too much hate. To the point where people discredit
his defense.
Some of the things. Yeah, in all honesty, there were lots of situations where he just they found out a way to exploit his weaknesses on offense. Everybody knows he's not a perimeter defender.
Yeah,
how you gonna let Luka switch? How you gonna switch Gobert onto Luka in that situation?
And when you should have brought Cat.
Yeah, Jaden McDaniels.
Yeah.
That man, somehow find a way. As soon as he ISO'd him, Jaden McDaniels was like, "Oh, either I messed up, or we messed up, or he's cooked." That was the look he had as soon as they ISO'd. He didn't even do the moves yet. I knew it was raps.
Yeah,
but yeah, but he's always been known as a paint defender.
Yeah,
but Wemby's getting DPOY this year. He's my number one pick in fantasy basketball this year.
Is he?
I ain't got the number one pick, but whoever does, I'd get Wemby.
I know.
Jokic.
Yeah, I know. I think I have 3 in our league. 3 or 4.
3 or 4.
Yeah.
Picks.
No, for the first round.
Fantasy leagues.
Yeah. For our league, I'm sitting at the 3rd or 4th pick. So.
What am I sitting at? That's a good. Let me check. I'm actually curious now. It's 8 people. I won one of our championships. One of the championships I was in.
Really?
Yeah. But that was because, amateurs. Somebody traded me Shea for Jaylen Brown, Chris Middleton, and Jalen Duren or something.
Oof.
And I'm like, for the second MVP, I already had Luka, and I traded those 3 for Shea, and I was like, oh, you messed up now. I went 17-3.
Oh.
And won the championship. Somebody else went 18-2, but I beat them in the championship. But,
yeah, I remember the league. I just joined a public league this year.
Mm-hmm.
I ended up with this insane team. And I'm trying to see if I can find it real quick.
Oh, I finished in 2nd in our league, so I have the 7th pick.
So yeah, I finished 4th in our league. So grabbing. I got the 5th pick. But yeah, I had one of the guys ended up dropping a lot of guys, quite a few guys, and nobody else noticed it. So I capitalized on it, grabbing guys like Shea, De'Aaron Fox.
He dropped Shea and De'Aaron Fox?
Yeah, Sabonis, Chet, Jalen Williams.
Did he just dropped it just because he gave up?
Yeah, and nobody else noticed it, so I just ended up.
That's cheap, man. That's a Mickey Mouse ring.
It really was.
That's a Mickey Mouse ring.
I just went to all my depth guys. I'm just like, oh, I'm over here. I'm like, you knew somebody was gonna do this.
That's such cheating, and I don't even blame you for grabbing all of them because if you didn't do it, somebody else would have.
Yeah, that's why.
There should have been a rule where it was like, okay, if you're doing that, everybody can only get one choice, and then you do rock paper scissors for who gets not literally rock paper scissors, but find a way to determine who gets
a certain player.
Who gets who, and that's so. Well,
yeah, he dropped so many guys.
Yeah, congrats to you for winning. But yeah. Speaking of claims, if you could choose any of these free agents to go to one particular team, that's not the Mavs. What player and what team?
Um, I, the more and more you talk about the Russ to San Antonio, the more and more I like it.
Yeah, I don't even know. I don't know if he's a free agent, but I would love to see him get traded there. If he's on a 1 year and it's a very cheap deal,
Yeah.
but like if he goes, they could sign a lot of people. Like they could build a squad. They could go from worst to first in a heartbeat. And
Yeah.
I know people are. I know like the West is stacked. Wemby's only getting better. Like Wemby, I think Wemby could end up being one of the greats of all time. No, of course he's going to be one of the greats of all time.
Yeah.
I think he's going to be like top 5, maybe even top 3.
Yeah.
I think he has like his ceiling is Jordan-esque as
Yo.
much as like, and it's funny because like that's not even a crazy thing to say when you really think about it. Like you just know how crazy he is, so. Yeah. I want to see OG Anunoby to the not to the Pistons. To the Thunder. I would love to see OG go to the Thunder. So, for the Thunder, I really want them to get a particular player in the draft. This dude Holmes. He went to Dayton. He's a center. He averaged like 20 points and 8 rebounds. And he is so slept on. But he would be perfect for them. So I want them to draft him, and then they can get another guard and trade Josh Giddey for something. I don't know. Like, I mean, I like Giddey, don't get me wrong. But I just feel like he deserves a fresh start somewhere. Even like, I wouldn't give him to the Spurs. I can't give him to the Spurs. Because him and Wemby would go crazy. I'm not going to lie. Giddey's still 21. He has got 3 years under his belt. He's an experienced player. He's going to be fine.
Yeah. But
you just got to surround him with the better.
I know you didn't. I know you say that's someone that's not Dallas, a team that's not Dallas.
Now I want to hear Dallas.
For me, it's Andre Drummond.
Ooh.
The rebounding. He was a rebounding machine, defensive wizard. When he was in Detroit, even when he was with the Bulls, when Vucevic was out for that 1 week, he was putting up 15, 20 rebounds a game. And Dallas needs a big man that can do that.
He definitely is.
Yeah. So to me, getting a guy like Andre Drummond, is he going to be cold? Sometimes, yes. That's the price you're going to have to pay with Drummond. But at the end of the day, you know he's going to get those rebound boards for you still. Even if he's not scoring.
And just let everybody else handle the rest.
Yeah. Because you know he's going to have minimum 12 boards a game. On a bad day.
On a bad day.
On a bad day.
Yeah. That like he claims himself as to be like one of, if not the best rebounders of all time. He's up there.
Yeah.
We witnessed it. That man was grabbing every rebound.
I know.
It was kind of crazy. Like he would literally just like maneuver the way he maneuvered in the paint to get into position, and he knew where the ball was going to bounce. I'm like, dog, you couldn't shoot free throws to save your life,
but you knew how to rebound.
You knew how to rebound so well. So that man, I miss Drummond, the Drummond era in Detroit. I mean, it wasn't that exciting,
but we knew
like,
what we were
it was
getting
something.
From him. Yeah,
yeah, like we had somebody that we could like rely on and trust and stuff like that. I mean, I do wish him and Blake worked out a little bit better. But
yeah,
we messed up with Blake.
I know, we really did. I could tell right after we traded him, or right before we traded him. You could tell he wanted out. He wasn't giving any effort.
Before we played him, when we knew we weren't winning against Milwaukee, we played him and we put him out there to die, pretty much.
Yeah.
It's like, bruh, his knee is gone. We need him for next season. Just sit him. It's really that simple. We weren't going to win anyway. So, that's really all you can do.
Yep.
But, yeah, we are definitely going to talk more about this offseason next episode. But, the draft is coming up, and I'm so excited. So, let's start with let's wrap it up by talking about the Pistons because we're from Detroit.
Yeah.
I don't think we ever mentioned it, so that's why we
We're
got our
partially
secondary
Pistons,
teams, but
yeah.
we always grew up Pistons fan. But Detroit, we got screwed over 3 years in a row with that 5th pick cheese.
Yeah.
What do you think we should do with that pick?
I really don't know. We have too many. Detroit has too many holes right now to really pinpoint one.
Would you want to get a starter-like player, or do you think we should just use it to get more ammo and then build the rest of the team?
For me right now, I guess the way I think we should start is get a shooter to pair along Cade. Because obviously Cade is the type of guy to distribute first. He's more of a pass-heavy player in my eyes, more than instead of someone like Clay or Steph. I'd rather see us to go out draft someone who's like them, so Cade can pursue more of his own role rather than trying to pick up the slack of everyone else.
Yeah, we definitely we can't afford to get any more project shooters, like somebody that has a decent upside but possibly might not pan out as a shooter. We don't have time for that anymore.
Yeah, it was like Kennard.
Like Ivy was considered like that when we drafted him. Like we weren't expecting him to be an elite shooter. That wasn't really his game. And then we got Jalen Duren, and we knew he couldn't shoot, and that's fine.
Yeah,
but
we knew that.
Then you have to get to Sir Thompson, and he was never he was.
You knew he wasn't going to be a shooter.
Pretty below average shooter, and he ended up being a terrible shooter. Now, but we did not use him correctly. We knew how to use him those first 7 or 8 games, and we after that, of course we were still losing, but he was still playing pretty good at the start, and then we just completely we just put him in the corner and had him shooting, and I'm like, bro, that's not his game, and also he can't shoot, and they were forcing him to be a shooter when he can't. He's that's just going to do nothing but kill his confidence. So you got to surround all of them with the new ones.
Because to me, a Sir Thompson was more of a defender in my eyes.
Dude, everybody's eyes. That man, Thompson, he's
Both
a
Thompsons.
lockdown defender. That man is like Kawhi level defender.
Yeah,
he locks down everything.
And
he's so athletic. My God, he doesn't do any of the crazy flashy stuff. But if he needs to dunk on your head, he will dunk on your head. If he needs to get up and catch a lob, he will catch a lob. Catch a body, no problem. He won't do any of those crazy those flashy dunks, but he'll get up there.
Yeah.
Yeah. But how is Ivy is not supposed to be your second best shooter when you have Kate Cunningham.
Yeah.
You cannot surround him like Jalen Duren, Sar Thompson, and then some people want that there's a couple players in the G League, Ignite League, where that they're athletic prospects. They can play defense, but they can't shoot, and then they're trying to rely on this new shooting coach from the Pelicans to come in and save the day. And it's we can't afford that.
Yeah.
You're about to sign K to a super extension.
Yeah. I get getting this shooting coach for your shooters. That I don't have a problem with. For Cade. and your number one shooter.
Yeah. Well, they want him to come in so that he can develop the non-shooters to become better shooters.
Yeah.
But we don't know how that's going to end up, and it's like we can't draft another non-shooter and
And
hope
try to
that all
develop
these
that.
guys are going to end up becoming shooters one day. It's just not going to work.
Yeah.
Because another thing is, I don't know if you saw. Have you seen any of the videos of that shooting coach?
No, I haven't.
There's a video that they were really emphasizing of him coaching up Dyson Daniels. And, like, it was going well. He started making more shots in the gym. But what I'm confused about is why is everybody getting hype and excited about this when Dyson Daniels hasn't done anything in the league?
Yeah.
And I'm like, why are you so hyped about this video of him coaching a player that
Who's not known
it
for
didn't really
shooting.
help? Yeah. What's the point in getting that excited about it?
Like, I get
Like-
it if it was like someone like Ivy, who is like supposed to be a shooter, and then them get him working with Ivy to be the number one. That I could get.
Or just like a star,
Yeah.
like developing into an average shooter, not just like what is he, like 28%, like something like that, 28 to 31%.
Which wasn't good.
Yeah, and Jalen Duren, he was shooting in summer league.
Was he?
Yeah, like mid range at least.
Okay.
Like he had a very, I could count on my fingers how many mid ranges he made this past season.
Oh,
like
boy.
they didn't really use it. Like he was working on it a lot, but they didn't let him showcase it.
Yeah.
So I really wish they did. But like, why do people want to add another non-shooter and just hope that they end up panning out in the next level when they could barely shoot in the G League? It's like,
or even in college.
Yeah, like they went to the G League option instead of college.
Yeah.
But it's like, why do you think that they're just going to magically turn into a decent shooter in the NBA when they could easily be worse?
Yeah.
It's like we can't afford to make that type of hit again because we said the same thing about Asar last year. If he can shoot, he can't shoot. Why do you think these guys are going to just randomly be good and do that? Like, we can't afford that risk. So, yeah, we do need a shooter.
Yeah. I think right now what we need to do is go after a shooter. Specifically, a actual two. A shooting guard. In my mind.
So, do you want to move Ivy to the bench?
Yeah, I would like to see Detroit move Ivy to the bench. Go after a legit two. And then use, obviously, Asur at the 3 to be kind of like Kawhi. And then use Beef Stew and Jalen Duren at the 4 and 5.
Yeah. At this point, Isaiah Stewart, like, since we're not contending, like, we're not trying to be, like, anything crazy, Stu could end up being, like, a starter, like, a starting 4.
Yeah.
Because of his ability to space and do that. And guard on the perimeter. He can guard the 1 through 5. So, like, he might be a valuable trade asset next year.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, too.
Yeah, it
you
really
want to try
depends
to
on how, if we're winning. If we start losing again like that, you have to trade him.
Yeah,
because his
you
contract
have to.
is too good, and like there are contenders that are going to need his like physicality in the playoffs, and he doesn't deserve that. Like he's not as good as like some people like hyping
making him
up
to be. Yeah,
but also it's because he has to play a bigger role in Detroit because we are that bad.
Yeah,
and it's like you may as well try to get assets and build up your team so that next time, if the opportunity comes to find a player like Beef Stew, you could bring him back. Or not bring him back, but like bring
someone
that
like
person
him
to
back.
Detroit. Yeah, to when we're actually contending.
Yeah, and like, because to me, what I would like to see Detroit do is do exactly what the Thunder did. Is just stockpile on draft picks, stockpile on certain guys. Like,
I wish that was a more popular strategy, but I think it's because like it's not with 2K where like you can just simulate to the future and then see how those draft picks result. It's a long process. Like these Thunder draft picks, they're going to have like like they always talk about how we have like at least 3 picks in the next each of the next like 4 drafts, other
Yeah.
than this year. Yeah, like next year they have 4 picks. It's 4 first round picks. The year after that they got 3. The next year after that they got 4, and then the next year after that they got 3. Like it's a long process, but it's one that you might need to take because you're that bad.
Yeah.
OKC
And
has the ability to trade all those and
yeah,
like
and
give it to a team
yeah,
and
and
get a star. So like I think the Pistons need to take that approach. But the only one that's going to generate those types of trade value is Cade, and you
yeah,
can't really trade him because
and
that's your player.
you can't, you don't want to trade him right now.
Yeah, if I'm the Thunder though, if there was a way to get Cade, since he's from Oklahoma,
Yeah.
so like if there was a way the Thunder could be like, okay, I'll give you Josh Giddey, Ousmane Dieng, uh, who's another player that? Oh, Kenrich Williams or something like that, and then like 5 first round picks
Yeah, that
just at random. It's like they can build through that, and it's like, well, the rest of your lineup will be absolutely trash right now,
but at
but
the end
you
of the
can
day,
work. Yeah, you could work with that, but it would be that like that's just not an option for Detroit unless like they're like, okay,
the
that's a
process
Godfather
was
offer.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like if you're able to spend that money elsewhere and like really build something, that would be cool. But
Yeah, they
um,
don't have that. I mean, they have the money to do it, to go get at least a star, like at least a number 2 option that could fill in as number 1 for the time being. I could see that happening if we trade Cade away, using that money to go get a second option on almost every team, and have him fill in as a number 1 while those draft picks start flowing in. I could see that happening, and then just try to trade that one. If he has a great year, try to trade him off again for more draft picks as they keep coming.
yeah, like you can't really trade Cade, but if there was a way to do that and get like really stockpile and like learn to rebuild, it's like Cade Cade deserves a lot more than
What the
what.
situations you get.
Yeah, like we have ruined the first 4 years of his career.
Yeah,
But I'm hoping that this new president can come in and turn it around at least a little bit,
yeah.
show some sort of progress. Like, Weaver was not
Weaver did
showing
not. Yeah,
anything.
it
There was
looked
no
like he did.
progress.
Yeah, he did not look like he knew what he was doing.
Yeah, and it's like I like the only picks I understood. Well, of course, Cade was
Yeah,
no doubter number 1 option. I mean, number 1 pick. Like you had to take Cade. Next year you got Ivy. Like realistic, I was afraid of the fit, but at the same time, like you would always keep saying what if you
yeah.
didn't take him because like the best guard in the draft 2 years in a row. It's like you got to try it,
Yeah,
and it hasn't been working. But also the rest of their support cast has not been the best either.
yeah,
It's really just been Ivy, Duran, and Cade,
yeah.
and
And
even that like their fits are so weird. I feel like they should be able to use them more. But I think that just goes into coaching too.
yeah.
Like
And
they just
Dwayne
don't really
Casey,
know how to use the
yeah,
rest of their team with
Dwayne
them.
Casey didn't look like he knew what he was doing.
Yep. Monty Williams doesn't
He
know what
didn't
he's
look like he
doing.
knew. Don't know what he.
His
He doesn't even
rotation at
look
the
like.
beginning of the year sucked. Oh my god. I'm glad. Like I don't mind them bringing him back. He's got to do better.
Yeah,
But he was never really committed to Detroit anyway.
yeah. Because to me, this year he should be on the hot seat.
Oh, he 1,000%. He's on the hot seat right now as we
Yeah,
speak. But like, well, I can't really say that because he's got one more year. But once the season starts, yes, he's on the hot seat.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
like
think
get him
I
out
think
there.
the moment this next season, the 2024-25 season starts, you gotta he's on the hot seat to be fired.
Yeah, I'd say at the minimum, we won 14 games. You have to double it this year.
Yeah,
You have to double it.
You-
I understand. Like we need like playing. We're not like
We're not
our
there.
expectations.
We're not there.
We thought we were playing team last year and we
Yeah.
lost 29 straight games. Like
Yeah, we started off, 3-29?
it was worse than that.
something
It
like
was
that.
like 3-32 or something.
Yeah.
Because we started off 2-1 and then lost 29
yeah.
straight.
So we went 3-30 for
Yeah,
the first
but it was about that.
33 games.
It was like 31.
Yeah.
31 games. Yeah. And we won one, lost like the next 8.
And then won one.
Lost like the next 6, something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Regardless, we were bad, and I just hope that they can fix it and go into a little better direction. Like sign 2 low key free agents. It doesn't have to be big names.
Yeah.
Just get new faces in the building.
Yeah,
and actually bring positivity. I need some type of optimism on my team.
Yeah. Because we can't be relying on, obviously, always be relying on Cade, Jalen Duren, Ivy, and then the occasional Malachi Flynn. And those other guys.
The most random 50-point
Yeah.
game of all time. I thought Sadiq Bey's 50-point game was random. That was random. That was... Because he made everything. Sadiq was making all of them too, but Malachi was... But yeah, no, they need more faces in there.
I'm gonna be totally honest. I wouldn't mind seeing Joe Ingles.
He was
As
out for the
a-
season this year.
Yeah, he was on
He could
Orlando.
come back to a cheaper deal if
Yeah.
he wants to keep playing, if he wants to try it.
Yeah, I get he's on the older side, but it's what Detroit needs.
They need vets.
Yeah, they need a vet,
Need vets.
a cheap vet that they can use.
I'm hoping they can get, at least 2 or 3, maybe even 4. But lots of those guys got to go.
Yeah.
Something clearly wasn't clicking. I'm just glad we get to start a season without Killian Hayes, and I think that's one of the biggest things about this. Like we waited way too long. Like the season was already over by the time we got rid of Killian. It's like, why did you take that long? Like he should have been out when they traded up for Sasser. I thought that was the dagger. Like, oh, Killian's gone.
Yeah.
And we end up keeping Killian for until the deadline.
Yeah, I'm like, you
And
should
he
have
was
been
still
gone a
playing
long
that
time
the whole
ago.
time.
Yeah,
Talking
he
about,
should have been gone.
He still has a little bit of bright spots, and I'm like, where in the trash can? That's where his bright spots should be. Even though he's going to be playing for France, watch him drop 30. I'm predicting him. He's going to drop at least 25 points in the game in the Olympics.
Yeah.
Him with Wemby. If somehow Killian goes to the Spurs, that's a Spurs player.
Yeah.
Defense and passing. That's all he can do. But who knows? We'll see. We'll see what we do this offseason. But with that 5th pick, I'm hoping for a guy like Reed Shepherd, Cody Williams.
Yeah.
Cody Williams is cold. But his reps, if he had more reps, then he would for sure be considered a top player. But
yeah,
we'll see.
Yeah, the 2 targets the Pistons need to take is taking a shooter, I think, in the draft, and just go after role players that are vets in free agency. As I said earlier, Joe Ingles.
Yeah.
That'd
be cool.
Yeah, because I remember when we signed or got Bogdanovich. I'm like, okay, that could low key work.
It could work if we just traded him for the 2 first-round picks that we could have had at the time instead of holding him until he was worth nothing and then giving him away for nothing. That would have been fun.
Yeah.
Instead, we gave him away for a bag of chips and a handshake.
Yep.
It
But yeah, I
is
would have.
what it is.
But for me, I wouldn't mind seeing the Pistons going out to go get a Joe Ingles type of player, as I said, just because I know he's been in the league for a while. He can bring something to this team.
Yeah.
Some positive. I mean, it's pretty hard to go backward from here, from where the Pistons are, but
Man, if there was a team that could go backwards, it would be the Pistons.
It would be the
It
Pistons,
would indeed be the Pistons.
but it's going to be hard to do it, regardless.
Yeah.
But like bringing in someone like Ingles is going to, or at least someone like Ingles is going to be a lot of positive movement.
Yeah. As long as they can come in and help some of the young guys develop in some type of way.
Yeah,
Especially Asar Thompson.
yeah.
I would be happy.
Because
So,
isn't Ingles a small forward?
yep.
Because for me, Ingles could take Thompson under his wing to inevitably be his replacement.
He could, but my only thing is I hate seeing vets with that are lefties with young guys that are righties. It's like
Yeah,
the
that's fair.
perspective is so different. But I mean, I might be overthinking it a little bit, but I don't really see those working out as much. But it's also because there's not really that many cases because there's not many lefties.
Yeah, in the league in itself.
Yeah. But hey,
But
we'll definitely see.
yeah,
All right. That is going to be a wrap for our second episode. I'm Rob.
and I'm Jack.
All right. And we will talk to you all on the next episode.